everyone, Saki here and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I wanted to do a very requested video, and that is my Louis Vuitton Neverfull MM review. Here's the thing, I have two of these bags now, so obviously I really love this bag and it's probably going to be a very positive review, but I think this bag is literally like one of the most sought after, common, just generally overall like one of the best bags ever. So if you're into handbags and you were interested in the Louis Vuitton Neverfull, please stay tuned for this review, and also please subscribe to my channel because I do upload videos just like this every single Sunday and Wednesday. So in this review, I wanted to go over a couple of things. First of all, just like the basics of the bag, the pros and the cons, and then also what I keep inside my bag, because I do use this like literally every single day because I use it as a work bag. I used to have just the one, like the plain basic one, but recently I bought this exclusive print, the Tahitian print from 2017. It's really heavy because I'm using it right now, so I will be going over what I keep inside this bag. And I also really wanted to talk about inserts for this bag, because since it is just like a huge open tote, inserts are very important when it comes to this bag. So I'll be showing you like which inserts I have and also my favorite one. And then of course I'll also be going through wear and tear, because I have had this specific bag I think for about 2 years now, so there is a lot to talk about when it comes to wear and tear. And then of course I'll also do some mod shots in the end. So this is probably going to be a really long video, so let's just get to it. I'm going to be mainly talking about this one just because my other one is so stuffed right now and I can't even like hold it up to the camera. So this is the Louis Vuitton Neverfull in the Damier Azur print, which is like this like cream and dark blue checkered print. The straps are just made out of this untreated vachetta leather. If you know anything about Louis Vuitton, you'll know that this kind of like untreated leather starts out really pale white and then turns kind of like a honey golden brown. So like I said, mine is 2 years old and I have used it to death. So it is kind of this more golden brown right now. I'll talk a little bit more about this when we talk about wear and tear. The inside of the bag that I have in particular is actually the rose ballerine lining. So it is like this pink interior. I think with this specific print, you can choose between the pink interior or a cream interior. Otherwise, this bag comes in such a big variety of like types of leather and canvas. So you can get it in this one, you can get it in the brown checkers or called Damier Ebene, or you can get it in the classic Louis Vuitton brown monogram, or I think you can even get it now in like the epi leather. So there's a lot of different things to choose from when it comes to like the exterior of this bag. The bag that I have is also, like I said, the MM size, which is the medium size in between. There's also a larger size called the GM, which is a lot bigger, and then there's also the really cute PM size, which I think is a really great everyday handbag. So like I was saying, the inside is pink and then it's got one slip pocket right here, and then the inside is just basically one giant black hole. And then there's this little D-ring that actually is meant for the little pochette that comes with it. This is actually a little bag that literally comes free with the bag, or I guess you pay for it in the price. But it has this little clasp right here that you can attach to this D-ring. I actually use this every single day as like a little work wallet, I guess. But inside there's just a little slip pocket, and the lining also matches the interior of the bag. Ew, this thing is like super dirty because I use it every single day for work. So I'm just gonna put it aside for now. Okay, so the last feature of the bag is that it has these little ties at the sides, I guess, where you can like cinch it in and essentially make it a different style bag. Let me just show you. I personally never do this to my bag because I'm not really a fan of this style, but I do think it's cool that you have the option to if you like it. Basically, it just turns your bag into like a bucket bag style and makes it a lot smaller, maybe for everyday use if you like it that way. And then of course there is this little like clasp in the middle as well, so that you can kind of tie your bag together and make it a little bit more secure. And just quickly for reference, I'll tell you the dimensions of this bag. I don't have it memorized, so I'm just going to look on my phone. But the dimensions of the Neverfull MM are 12.6 inches in length, 11.4 inches in height, and 6.7 inches in width. So it's a pretty decent sized tote bag. And retail price for this bag right now is $1,320 US if you get it in the canvas print. I think if you get it in the leather print, or if you get like an exclusive print like the other one that I have, which they release like different exclusive prints every single year, I think those are a little bit more expensive, but not too much. Alright, now that we've gone through the basics of the bag, let's talk about pros and cons. So like I said, I mainly use this bag as a travel bag and work bag, and there are so many pros. I feel like this video could go on for 20 minutes just talking about the pros, but basically the pros of this bag are that it can basically hold everything. I mean, it's in the name, right? It's called the Neverfull, and it truly is never freaking full, because I stuffed this bag like to death. Like you'll see in the what's in my bag portion, but it can literally carry everything, and that's the reason why I use it as a travel bag. I will link a couple of videos down below for you if you are interested in how I pack this bag for travel. I've literally gone on weekend trips, like overnight trips, international trips, carrying this bag. It can hold my entire weekend, like if I'm carrying different outfits and another purse and shoes and makeup and everything. It's just the best when it comes to capacity. My second most favorite thing about this bag is the durability. If you have watched any reviews on this bag, everybody says that this thing is indestructible, and honestly, it truly is. I mean, I've had this bag for about 2 years now. I bought it brand new in store and I've used it to death. Like I said, I've brought it on trips, on the airplane, I've put it on those conveyor belts, I've put it on the floor, I have brought this bag to the beach. I pretty much abuse this bag, and I feel like it looks really, really good for how much I've used it. When we talk about wear and tear, I'll let you guys know specifically what has gotten worn with it, but I mean, looking at it now, just on camera, like look how great this looks for being 2 years old and having been used like almost every single day. Another pro about this bag, and I think you'll have to like play around with which like kind of leather and canvas will work with your style, but this honestly goes with every single outfit imaginable. Like I said, I do only carry this for work, so it doesn't really matter if it matches my outfit or not, but honestly, I just think since the Louis Vuitton prints are so classic, they can literally go with everything, even if you are using it as an everyday bag. I mean, I think it goes with this floral print really well, and if you're wearing like whites, neutrals, blacks, even pops of color. Another pro about this bag I would have to say is the price point. I know spending $1,000 is very, 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 very high still, but I think if we're talking in terms of luxury, this is at a very great price point, and for how much you can use this and how much it can hold, I honestly think cost per wear is practically none after I've used this bag to death. Alright, and the only con that I can really like think about for this bag is that if you are using it for travel, it is kind of just one big hole with only like one little thing to clasp it in. So if you're not using an organizer or like anything inside of it, it might be worrisome because things can spill out very easily. I've heard people when they use this on planes and they have like a bunch of stuff in there, if it tips over, like your stuff can come pouring out, but I find that you can combat that by using an organizer. And honestly, if you're just careful and if you also remember to clasp this, I feel like it doesn't happen. I mean, it's never happened to me, so you can definitely avoid that, but that is definitely one con about the bag. Other than that, I'm struggling to find cons. Like, I was racking my brain to think of something, but honestly, this bag is just so great, I can't even think of any. But maybe as we go through this video, I'll think of a couple more and I will let you know. Alright, now let's quickly like touch over the wear and tear. I bought this bag, I think in 2017. Yeah, it's been about 2 years, so I think 2017 or maybe late 2016, I'm not sure. Definitely the number one wear that I see is on these straps. So like I said, this is the Vachetta leather, which is the untreated cowhide, and it does get stained very easily. I mean, you can already see that it's turned a like honey golden color where it starts out white, like I said. But since I use this bag a lot for travel and I have brought it in the beach and through rain, there are a couple like water stains. I don't know if you can see, well yeah, you can definitely see it here. So you can see that this staining is very uneven. And honestly, you can combat this by treating the leather. If you use like a spray, I think that you can avoid watermarks, but I didn't do any research on that in the beginning and didn't use anything on my bag, so that's why it's that way. The other big wear and tear that I can see on the straps is that the like sides have gotten kind of, I don't know, there's starting to be some fraying. So here you can see that there is a little bit of fraying on the leather, but I think that's normal since this is untreated cowhide. It's bound to happen. Other than that, these straps are so freaking durable and there's no other wear on them. The other little bit of wear and tear that I do see on the bag is that the like canvas has started to yellow a little bit. When I first bought this bag, it started out kind of like a brighter white color, and you can kind of see like on the top it's still like a kind of bright white, and then on the bottom it's starting to get a little bit more yellow. I'm pretty sure that is just a common thing with this Damier Azur print. It does just start to yellow over time, and I don't think that there's anything you can do about it. Maybe if you decrease sun exposure, I'm not sure, but I'm really not concerned about it because that is just the natural process. Let's see if there's any other wear and tear other than that. I mean, really, the canvas is just so durable that I really don't see any like rubbing or any corner wear. Yeah, even though, like I said, I've put this thing on the floor so many times. And of course, the last bit of wear and tear that I can think of is in the inside, because this is like a really, really light pink lining. There is a little bit of staining on the inside, and as you can see, because of just like how light the interior is. There are a couple of marks. I mean, that's really just inevitable for something this light though. I don't know if you can kind of see in there too. There is just a little bit of scuffing on the inside. I mean, other than that, it's been about 2 years, still going strong, and I honestly think that this kind of bag will last you for life, and it's definitely worth every single penny when you invest in these things. All right, now we're gonna go into the what's in my bag portion. I think I'm going to move the camera down a little bit so that you can see exactly what fits inside. Alright, we're gonna kind of look at this bag at this angle. Like I said, I do have 2 of these. I'm thinking I might sell this one because I don't really use it more now that I have my Tahitian print, and I just love it way more with the pink. But yeah, I'm not really sure yet. So this is the bag that I'm currently using every single day. I have this little cute pink charm from Lindie SS on it. I will link it down for you guys below. I'll try to link everything that I can down for you below, but if there is something that I haven't linked, please just ask me because I'd be happy to find the link for you. Alright, so here is the bag. It's just got this beautiful pink Tahitian print from the 2017 collection on it. Just so in love. Just to let you guys know, I did buy this one secondhand off of eBay. I paid about $1,300 I think for it, which is a really great price because I feel like all these bags, especially because this print is so rare and sought after, always go for about $1,800 or $2,000 plus. So I definitely got a really great deal on it, but I did buy it from a private seller, unfortunately, so I can't link it for you down below. Alright, moving to the inside of the bag, I am using this organizer that I love so much. It's by a brand called Tote, and I think originally it's actually meant for turning your bags into diaper bags, but honestly I just feel like this is the best organizer hands down because of the way that it is. Let me briefly go over these organizers with you real fast. The one from Tote actually just looks like this, and you can pull it out very easily with these little straps, and then it's just this like really long organizer. It looks like this. It folds out like this, kind of like sandwich style, and there are these pockets in the middle with a couple pockets in the front and also a large laptop pocket in the back. I'm actually going to put this back so that I can grab everything out to show you what I keep in it. But I really just wanted to show you what it looks like because this is definitely different from the traditional organizer. I feel like most of the bag organizers look like this, where it's a big like felt thing. I like these for my shorter bags, but I don't like it for the Neverfull because it is so short. I actually think that this organizer is for my Speedy 30, but I did have a Neverfull organizer and it looked just like this. It was just a little bit bigger. But let me show you what it looks like inside the bag. So when you put it in there, it kind of just goes like maybe halfway and the bag still like flops over a little bit. If you like these felt organizers, I have nothing against them, but I just don't like the way they don't go all the way up. The felt organizers also have like smaller pockets. They usually just have a couple of pockets on the inside like this, and then a pocket on the back. This one specifically is from an Etsy brand, I believe, but I mean, even like the Samorga organizers are pretty much like this, and all of the felt organizers I feel like pretty much have the same shape. The Tote Savvy one is just a lot sturdier, and I feel like it can hold and compartmentalize a lot more, so I will link it down for you below, and it does come in a variety of different colors if you aren't into pink like me. Alright, enough with that. Let's just get into what I carry in the bag. So in the very back, I don't have anything currently in the zipper pocket. Alright, so pulling out the first thing, I do have my wedding planner. I carry this thing around with me everywhere just because honestly I just think about the wedding every single day, so yeah, I just keep it in there. It's a huge planner, but it fits really well inside my Neverfull. Alright, the next thing that I have is my laptop. I actually keep it in the slip pocket in the back like I showed you before, and I just have the 13-inch MacBook in pink. And then in that same pocket I just have a bunch of like papers and stuff, so I'm gonna take those out. I actually really love doing these what's in my bags because they always get my bag a little bit more organized afterwards. Alright, so just on the sides I have a little umbrella that I got from the Sanrio store in Japan. It's so freaking compact, and it's been raining every single day here in Colorado, so I do like to keep an umbrella with me. Next, I just have a full-size bottle of dry shampoo. I used to carry the travel versions around with me, but this bag is just so big that I just carry the full-size version. And the dry shampoo that I love, that is my favorite, is actually the Tresemme one. It doesn't have a color to it, but I find that the smell is just a lot, I don't know, fresher than the other dry shampoos that I've tried. And then of course we have the pouch that comes with the bag. The one that I bought off eBay actually didn't come with the pouch, so I'm just using my old one from my other Neverfull. This is honestly like one of the most useful things. It comes with this little strap that you're supposed to be able to like attach it to the D-ring inside the Neverfull, but I actually just attach it to itself so that it becomes like a little wristlet, which I think is really, really handy. And I keep like my checks for my business in here, and also some cash and like my like basically like stamps and stuff. So I basically just use this one for work. All right, moving on to the pockets of the organizer. There's just so many like little pockets in here that I don't put anything in like these half-sized pockets that just go like this, but then the full-size pockets are kind of organized by types of things, I guess. So in the first pocket, I just have a couple of really handy things. I always carry an extra pair of socks with me just in case I change into my sneakers at work, and then a portable charger for my cell phone. I have my birth control in here, and then a little planner that I use, and then I have some band-aids, a wet wipe that I got from the airplane that I just carry in there, and then a spare contact case. Wow, this pocket isn't organized at all, but I just have a Ziploc bag, I guess. And then a measuring tape. I always like to keep this one because I do always send packages and they require you to measure them, so I just keep a measuring tape in here. Next, I have this little pouch full of all my camera and laptop supplies. So I have like my what do you call this, like flash drive, and then some adapters and stuff. Next, I just have a little bottle of nail polish to touch up if I need to during the day, and then I also have a bottle of lotion. Alright, moving on to the next pocket. I have a pair of spare like seeing glasses in case my contacts get too dry and I need to be able to drive home. And then I have my spare camera lens. I usually put my camera in here too, but obviously I'm filming with it, so just keep that in there. And then I just have some more junk. I guess I have another contacts case and then some candy. We recently went to Estes Park and they are really famous for their saltwater taffy, so I just threw some in my bag. Alright, next I have my little makeup bag. This is a little pouch that I got for free from Yugi's Closet when I bought a handbag from them, but I just thought it was so cute. It just says life is short by the handbag, which is obviously super relevant. And then in here I just keep some spare makeup. I usually don't touch up my makeup throughout the day, so that's why this is very small and kind of empty. Alright, in the last little compartment I have a Tangle teezer, which I just have to have throughout the day because my hair does get very, very frizzy and tangled. And then I have a little compact perfume from Chanel. This is just the Eau de Tendre scent. Alright, and then lastly in this pocket I just have a few like little caps for my camera lenses, so I think I'll just put them in this little pouch. Alright, and that was everything that was in the pouches on the inside. And in the front there's just this like Velcro compartment, and I actually just keep a little snacks bag in here. I don't know, I just get really hungry throughout the day sometimes, so I have a couple of like peanut butter like cheese snacks, I guess, in there. And then there are these two compartments on the outside that are very small that I don't keep anything in there. So just an overall very, very, very handy organizer. Alright, lastly, I did want to do a couple of mod shots for you. I'm 5'3" for reference, so this is just the bag. The one thing that I love the most about this like tote is specifically the straps are really, really good drop length. So normally I feel like tote bag straps are very, very tight when you try to put it on your shoulder, but like you can see on this one, it's just very, very comfortable. I love to swing it on the back like this when I'm like on the go, when I'm traveling through the airport or something. It's just very, very comfortable and just it's just the perfect length. So this is what it looks like on me on the shoulder. And then it's also a very, very comfortable length when it comes to just carrying it on the crook of your arm as well. And then if you do like these cinched in bucket bag style, this is what that looks like. It's very, very cute for every day if you are into this kind of bag. So it makes it a lot smaller and a lot more practical, I think. Alright, that was all for my video. I hope that you enjoyed this review. If you have any other questions on the Neverfull, please leave them in the comment section down below and I'll be happy to answer them. Other than that, what do you think of this bag? I just love this bag so, so much, and it will always be a classic in my wardrobe. If you like this video, please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I do upload videos every single Sunday and Wednesday, and I would love to see you back here. And with that, thank you so, so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!